Ladies and gentlemen, this is the fifth adaptation of Jeff Smith's Bone that has been announced and subsequently canceled.
Yeah.
May we put our respects in the comments below.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Yeah.
And with that sad eulogy? I don't know. Welcome to this episode of the Midnight Toons. I'm, of course, your host, the Peaky Speed. And, of course, I have my wonderful co-hosts, Pixel and Toble.
I have been wanting so long for Bone to get adapted. We got the fucking Telltale game, which was super nice, but then they literally gave us nothing. We have nothing.
Wait, Bone got a Telltale game?
Yes, Telltale originally made a series with Bone. Hold on.
Yo, that's nuts, actually. I didn't know Bone got anything. Like, I knew everyone, like, read it. I didn't really read it, unfortunately. It was just... It looked cool, but I never, like... It was far...
Bone was so good.
I did like
the comics...
It was a lot better than you'd think.
Mm-hmm. Here. Peep the article.
Yeah, give me...
What on article was for reading?
Oh, damn.
But, like...
That's bullshit.
Yeah. Sorry, I
It's fine.
I did say before the stream or the stream before the recording started, I really was like, yeah, I'm gonna put some Vocaloid songs I've been wanting to suggest PK for a while.
Yeah.
And
I'll take a look at those here in a bit. I'm gonna probably smoke more after this episode. Actually, after this episode, if you don't mind, Austin, I want to talk a little bit more about your Lancer character. Because I meant to do it like days ago, but I've just been so busy with work this past week, you know. And
I am so dead.
I know, but I'm just giving you like the campaign premise, and that's it. We're not doing like your whole character right now, you know. We could do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all. But yeah, no, welcome to the episode. Like Pixel said, you know, there's been a lot of news going on, especially with Netflix this week. Before we talk about all that and all the new news coming out and all that, one, we have an announcement. We're changing the show to weekly. It's no longer bi-weekly because, you know, I feel like overall we're overall better at like doing the podcast format. Like we know how it is, and I'm usually better at editing the videos and audio where I can bust it out in like a day. It just takes, the only reason why it takes so long is because of rendering, you know. But whatever, it's fine. I'm tired.
I already thought it was weekly. We just changed what episode came out per week. Like that was what I suggested we do, but you decided no for whatever reason.
Because oh damn, I was way too close. Sorry. Listen, I'm trying to change stuff up. I got a lot of stuff I'm working on. And also don't worry, True Love Making will come back, Pixel. I haven't forgotten. It's just I've been busy with some stuff. And also there's some stuff I want to work on it a little bit. It's fine. But, yeah, no, don't worry. That will come back. I'll say like within a couple weeks because I've been busy. I'm literally busy the next couple weeks. But before we start talking about any of the news and all that, and of course the show's now weekly, so expect that. So yeah. We're gonna start with the weeks. How about you, Pixel? How's your week been?
I'm at Job Corps now. The internet sucks.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I'm at Job Corps now. I can't really talk a whole much about it because there's a whole lot of sitting around listening to how would you like to plan your career and what would you like to do here for the past 2 weeks.
Damn, that would be.
Literally just that's not how it be. That's how it is.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
like I've literally like the only. Other than that, I'm making that money and getting that education.
Coolio, good for you. See, we're all going through our character arcs in some weird way.
Yeah, character arcs.
Real.
Listen, like Toble here got some new anime figures, so technically,
of course he did.
Yeah, yeah. I love how my character art is revolved on what anime figures I get.
No, I'm just saying that's a part of it. It's not your entire character.
It's not my entire character arc. It's
what's
just a
happening right
majority.
now in the arc.
It's just a majority of it.
Listen, that's on you. That's not my fault.
Thanks.
But yeah. Then we'll go over the Toble. What's your week been?
Just give me a minute. Yesterday at work was hell for me, and so I've been tired all day. But pretty much, I'm just gonna get the Toho non sequitur out of the way. I went to Books A Million, at some point, and I found a volume of the Toho manga while I was skimming about, and I was like, all right, I gotta buy that. So, I have that. That's pretty much all I got for the Toho non sequitur. So, yeah, I got some anime figures in, and really, my week has been I've been playing Zonky Zero Last Beginning, some more. I don't know if I've mentioned that yet, but yeah.
Is it bad that every time we say Zonky Zero, I always keep thinking of the instead of Zonky, it's Donkey. So Donkey Zero.
I mean, the first enemy in the game is not a donkey, but it's a goat, which I mean, it's pretty close.
It's close enough.
It's pretty close. It's about as close as you're gonna get. I do find it kind of funny though.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's made by the same people who did Danganronpa.
Oh my god! Did you see that?
But but every time I've been describing it, I say it plays a bit like it's like all of the movement segments without any of the the gameplay loop of the class trials, which I find a bit more interesting because I feel like I'm interacting more.
Yeah. There was a post I saw on Twitter where it was there was this dude who was like playing through Danganronpa, and like each upload he did for it and like thumbnail, he kept changing it. Like it slowly changed to him like slowly hating it. He's like, this game's crazy too. Like this game sucks. I'm not even making a thumbnail for this one. I don't care.
Oh, I think it was Ultra Despair Girls.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he was playing that. I was like, oh, this game's kind of fun. And then the last one is get this off my screen.
Get this shit off my computer. As somebody who has downloaded all of the dangling grandpas, I have no clue.
I've seen a little bit of Ultra Despair Girls. Like, I thought that's what Danganronpa was for a little bit, because that was like the first time I ever saw anything from it. But then I was like, oh wait, no, it's a visual novel. Okay, that was just a weird one.
It was a weird one. It was a weird curveball. But I love that about game series. Like, it's a lot easier to do with visual novels, or like visual novel-y-ish games, because everybody knows what a visual novel is. You're sitting there reading a book. No offense. I mean, this is a gross over summarization of visual novels. As somebody who plays visual novels, so take what I have said there with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I get that.
Unfortunately, we aren't here about gaming opinions, but
it's
yeah,
it's all just part of the week, you know. I don't mind.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah. So I've been playing that. It's fun. Well, not Danganronpa, but Donkey Zero.
Donkey Zero.
Donkey Zero. Donkey. But yeah. And then I've been like subsisting off of being drip-fed information for Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
That whole month period is gonna be like just Austin's fucking like you're gonna get both like Fire Emblem and Xenoblade within like a really close time frame. Like this is a
meanwhile fucking You're so lucky. I feel like Nintendo pulled some fucking devs off Splat 3 to put on Xenoblade 3, and I'm upset because we essentially swapped release windows.
Yeah, I saw that. I do relish in it. I don't really know about that bit, but just because I'm sure it'd be like a good majority of Monolith team, and then like or Monolith Soft and like whoever else Nintendo would put on.
Monolith Soft helps work. Monolith Soft works on Splatoon.
Oh shoot, I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
I'm so sorry, but at the same time, we be thriving up in here. Woo!
It's that Tobey Maguire like crawling up the wall, turns around. Woo!
Yeah, dude, I feel like freaking Bully Maguire right now. It's great.
Gonna
But yeah. You said you
Oh
got
man.
anime figures earlier. What anime figures did you get?
Oh, so I ordered some pop-up parade figures of some Hololive girls.
Yeah.
So we all saw this coming.
Paint us a word picture.
The VTuber, of course, if we can't have the Toho non sequitur without the VTuber non sequitur, where I just bought fucking I got the pop-up parade figures for Korone and Okayu because I was like, why not? If I get Doggo, I have to get her cat wife. I have to. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right, VTuber non sequitur over. That way we don't have that being the next 20 minutes.
It's.
Oh
yeah.
But yeah, God, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 coming out in July really has messed up my gaming schedule because I was expecting that to come out after August, so I figured that would give me plenty of time to play Xenoblade Chronicles Future Connected, which is on the first game. Because I had pre-ordered the Melia, the scaled Melia figure like sometime last year.
Have you ever?
I don't really.
That?
I did forget that, and then I looked through the stuff I had ordered, and I saw that, and I was like, "Oh God!"
Yeah, how they responded?
I mean, it was a pre-order, so I'm not going to hear anything so close to August.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, that's right.
But yeah,
that's cool.
Oh God, it really messed up my schedule because I figured I'd have like till August to beat Future Connected, and now I have till late July to beat Future Connected, and it's really messing up my gaming schedule.
Don't you also need to do Xenoblade 2's DLC?
I have to finish Torna too, but it's one of those things. I could finish Torna, and I really should. It's really good. Play Xenoblade games, kids. That's the life lesson that I impart upon you.
I'm excited because I saw that UI stuff everyone was talking about for Xenoblade 3.
Oh, the UI, yeah.
It's so there's so much on there. I'm so excited.
There's so much on there. It looks like it's taking a lot after 2 in terms of like the general feel of the combat, except they're like, fuck 4-party teams or 3-party teams.
That's the part that shocked
fuck
me. I was
shit.
like, yo, what? That's so many
like,
party members.
So hyped. Oh man. So it's gonna be so good. If it isn't good, then one of our roommates is gonna disappear. Like literally, it's been like a joke at work that if this game flops, I'm like,
they're gone.
They're just gonna like that roommate's gonna disappear. They're gonna be gone.
That's amazing. But yeah. Anything else?
Oh gosh, no, because I'll be talking about Xenoblade for the next 50 years.
Yeah. Okay, then for my week, it's been pretty much, the same old. I've been playing more Elden Ring, which is really, really good. I've spent too many hours in that game because I grinded for a lot of items, for many items. I'm really strong. Aside from
Really
that,
strong.
there's not much for me to really savor that at the moment because, like, I don't want to spoil it, and I haven't finished the game technically either, so whatever.
I just don't care for Xenoblade Chronicles. That's just how it goes.
I'm not. I was talking about Elden Ring, but yeah.
Oh.
But yeah. Because I feel bad because it's like taking up most of my schedule for a lot of stuff. Like, I was trying to play more KOF 15 also, but like I can't stop. I need to finish Elden Ring. It's too good.
That actually sounds like maidenless behavior.
Hey, I got a maiden. I made it far enough.
On loner, so... she's a loner. She's a loner maiden.
Fuck you.
Yeah. You got your Rena Center maiden.
To be fair, my character my character is a girl, so it already works out. She's already, it's fine.
So she is her own maiden.
She's her own maiden. which is both cool and sad at the same time. But yeah, outside of that, watch Close Enough. I already did that. I watched Green Eggs and Ham season 2. I think I already said this last episode, but I don't remember. I don't know. I haven't done too much this week overall. The only like notable thing that kind of happened to me was like I I I had a 420 miracle happen to me. So like because what happened was I got home from work and I was gonna smoke, but I thought I didn't have anything left to smoke, so whatever. But then I have my little other case that I use and I hold my stuff in, and I had a lot more than I expected. It was a miracle. I love it. Oh, I do actually have something. Me and my what do you mean? What the fuck is this? Oh yeah,
Sorry, I saw this and I had a chuckle,
yeah,
a
okay,
chuckle, if you will.
For
Sorry,
context,
sorry.
Toble posted a tweet from at trans.
I can read.
Oh, I literally just retweeted that.
Yeah, but
Gosh.
but it's they made a tweet saying that it's always like they're talking about how like people try to call it like the recent moms and relatives in like the Pixar Disney movies, but they're like, but how about we
When
focus on
the dad from
real
Chicken Little was
enemies?
even worse.
Yeah, he
What
let the
the fuck?
entire town dunk on his
All my homies hate on Buck Cluck.
fuck. Oh, that was his name. That's amazing. But yeah, no, fuck him. I hate him. Also, just God, I really hate Chicken Little. I wouldn't even say it's like a bad movie. No, actually no, that's a lie. I would say it's a bad movie, but it's not like the worst movie I've ever seen. But like, it hits me in a weird spot where I'm like, I really hate this movie. I don't know why. I just think I hate everyone in this movie because they're just huge assholes.
I just wasn't a fan of Chicken Little.
I just remembered Patrick Warburton was in it.
I do like the ending when they have like the movie based off of Chicken Little, like, and it's like a sci-fi flick. And I'm like, what? Why? That's amazing.
I remember like they made the first Chicken Little game, and then they're like, "Hey, you remember that bit at the end of the movie? Let's make a whole game about that."
That's right. They did make a game of that. It was like, hey, it was just like The Incredibles when they made that one game based off of like literally the end scene when they're fighting the fucking mole dude. I forget his name, unfortunately. I haven't watched Incredibles for a bit. I watched a little too much of it a couple years ago because my brothers were like super into it. But yeah. Outside of that, Elden Ring, yeah, no, me and one of my friends, she has all these like this huge collection of like DVD movies that she just kind of brings with her, and one of them was this movie called Wild Things, which if you looking at the cover and like especially in the main menu, you would think it's like some like basically like borderline softcore porn movie. When you're like, oh, it's just gonna be like a sleazy movie that also has Kevin Bacon for some reason, and some other known actors. Like one of the dudes from The Outsiders is in there, and I'm like, what? Okay, this movie is like, it kind of was like messing with me because I'm like, this looks like a really bad, terrible movie, but it has a lot of big names to it that like you would never suspect for that type of movie, but then. But then we started watching it, and it's actually like a crime noir movie because like none of it, the main menu did not imply that this was gonna be a fucking noir movie at all. Like it fucked with me, honestly. We didn't get to finish it because it's 2.5 hours long, but it's really interesting.
Oof.
Yeah, so outside of that, I can't. It's just been pretty much Elden Ring. Oh, the only other notable thing I've also been watching the Pokemon anime with one of my roommates. Yeah, he's basically going through like every single season of the like original anime. He's right now he's like I think he's almost done with the Orange Isles, which was like filler arc. Yeah, no, the Pokemon anime is really weird. It's kind of amazing, but also terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Something you should obviously be playing.
What? I didn't hear you.
Too bad you've literally been only playing you've only been playing Elden Ring when there's something you very clearly should also be playing.
Listen, there's a lot of things I clearly should be playing right now. That's not
Well, one of those is top of the list, and I think you already know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Is it your turn to die?
Correct.
Okay, yeah, I'll listen. I still need to play through not Danganronpa. Zero Escape with Toble here. So sorry.
Congrats, but that doesn't. But your turn to die doesn't require 2 people. It requires 1.
Yeah,
that is true.
True, but
nothing.
That's
you
gonna
will
be
play
the
your
end of my
turn to
week.
die,
So
and you're gonna finish it. No, you don't get to run. You don't get to run from this. You don't get to run from your turn to die, especially if we're doing this weekly now, because this is a weekly reminder of how absolutely disappointed I am with you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm fine with that. We're growing as people. You know, you're going through your training arc. I'm dying, and Toble is Toble.
Dying,
Toble,
but
I need you to
being
force him to listen. Toble. Here's what you do. Here's what you Toble. Here's what you do. You tell him no to playing Zero Escape until you finish your turn. Until he finishes your turn to die, and I need physical proof of this.
Physical
goodness.
proof
Physical proof.
Yes. I need to see you finishing the chapter because it gives you a message when you completed the chapter, and then I need to see you screenshotting that and sending it to me, and then I will let you play Zero Escape.
Damn, it'd be like
that's
that.
how this works.
We just got a prerequisite.
God damn. Fuck.
I'm serious. Your turn to die is really good, and I need you to catch up. So when this new chapter releases, we can play it.
Oh.
Anyway,
that is pretty much my week. The only other last thing I can mention is I've been listening to a new tabletop podcast. It's been a little bit since I've listened to one. It's Custom Up Tabletop. It's pretty good. I like both their current campaigns right now. Their Star Wars one, D&D one. They're really entertaining. Also, I really like the DM Marcus because he's really good at there's always the hard part of when you're DMing sometimes where like characters are split off doing their own thing, but he's surprisingly good at it. So, but yeah, that's it. That's my week. So we can go right into the news. So let's get into that. First we're gonna go into a lot of recent releases and stuff. We're gonna ignore that topic.
Fuck me, I have to go. I'll be back.
Okay.
Or I don't know. You have to be done by the time I get back.
Okay. Goodbye.
Sorry, I'm thinking about songs.
Okay. Well, Pixel left, and I guess we'll just continue without him. Don't worry. If he comes back still.
Oops. Oops. Don't need that. Sorry, I said the same thing twice.
It's fine. If he comes back in the middle, then we'll talk about Bone. But let's first talk about some recent releases and trailers and stuff. Right now, I believe The Bad Guys is out in theaters, a new DreamWorks movie, the one where
I think so.
Yeah, I think
where everyone's bad, and then we have Ricky Gervais.
we have everyone's bad, Ricky Gervais, and everyone just lusting for that main character, Wolf Dude.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a wolf in animated media. Who isn't thirsting for wolves in anime media?
A wolf, it's one inside of a suit, like Lupin almost. So people are gonna use it. But yeah, it is what it is. But that's out now. There's a new trailer for this anime movie that you can pronounce because I don't feel like pronouncing that right now.
Is it the second thing on the list?
Yeah.
Suzume no Tojimari?
Yeah. Which this comes from the same director from who made Your Name, everyone knows Your Name. That's like one of those definitive anime movies everyone knows.
I've been meaning to watch that, but then again, it's one of those things I mean to watch 50 bajillion movies.
Yeah,
but I mean I've heard so many good things about Your Name.
Yeah. What happens the end of the movie is actually it's because of your name, and it points to the audience.
It points to the eyes like, hello.
That's my name.
Because it has the same energy as because of you, viewers like you. Thank you.
Finally, the movie can end thanks to viewers like you. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you. You know what? That's probably how like the Clifford movie ends.
Oh my god, yes. Oh
Yeah.
my, I would love that because that show was so like, yeah, this show was made possible because of viewers like me or you, and I'm just like, whoa, me? That's me.
That me. I'm
That
watching it and the show's being made.
that's me, viewer. Whoa.
Wow, I'm a viewer. But yeah, he's making that new movie. It looks pretty good, even though it's again another movie where we follow teenagers dealing with life stuff and traumatic stuff and stuff.
Did you know
Stuff.
being a teenager kind of sucks?
Yeah, being a teenager does.
Then
But then it's gonna
then
be
again,
like
being a lot of things kind of sucks.
then again, like that there's like that whole genre of like anime movies where it's just like a beautiful like city landscape art and then just us following teenagers through, like stuff just like problems in their life or whatever or just trauma, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that's
Mm-hmm.
like a whole movie genre. The only movie I could think of where they kind of flipped that around was like Summer Wars, because then it also became Digimon.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
oh man.
I got reminded of Summer Wars the other day, and I was like, wow, that really was just Digimon, wasn't it? Oh my god.
It was Digimon, but a movie unrelated to Digimon.
Yeah, I feel bad because, like, Summer Wars is a really good movie, but, like, I can totally see this being a Digimon movie, just not called Digimon. Like, it has the same, like, general idea where, like, people have, like, digital avatars within, like, the internet space, and they can do stuff, and, like, it's literally just almost like Digimon. It's really cool.
Yeah.
You'd probably like it, so. Let me
Yeah.
see.
I wish I had a better grasp on Digimon as a whole, but it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I've played like 2 of the games, and I know what this little T-Rex guy does.
I watched the first couple seasons of the anime. I remember it being pretty. I do remember liking it more than the Pokemon anime because I was like, damn, there's a lot of crazy shit happening in this.
Oh yeah.
And then there's a part in the Digimon anime. I forget which season. I think it's like the last season of like the original kids, but like they're talking about like, oh no, Devilmon's coming, and like they showed like the number of the beast 666, and
Oh,
like
Devimon.
but
Hell
that's
yeah.
also like a series where they constantly censor like religious like references like all the time because weird localization shit.
Yeah.
But that's the only one that they kept in, which just the number of the beast.
Yeah. If there's one thing I do know is a constant of Digimon, is that if Leomon is there, he is going to die.
Yeah, yeah.
That is the constant that I know exists.
The only constant I know is Wizardmon gets fucking yeeted.
Yeah, Wizardmon gets fucking eated. Leomon dies.
That was like the continuous meme in like with most of my internet friends was Wizardmon dies because because Raven kept making videos where it's just edited in and random other videos of Wizardmon just dying. It's just I can't. But yeah, trying to think. Next up is Samurai Rabbit: The Usagi Chronicles, which, for those who, I believe it's basically a new series, like continuation for Yojimbo from like the. It's made with the same dudes, I believe, or collaboration from Stan Lee, whatever. I think Stan Lee may have made it, but like Yojimbo's a character that's appeared in like TMNT, and like he's cool and all. He was also a comic character like them, though I don't think he was anywhere near as popular as TMNT, because TMNT is like a constant, like there will always be more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, no matter what.
Yeah.
But they're making a new series on Netflix, which is all CGI, and it looks pretty standard adventure.
Yeah.
Like adventure show
Adventure.
for kids.
Yeah. I'm the main thing that's bugging me is that it's just Samurai Rabbit, the Rabbit Chronicles, and I'm just like, ugh. Like,
Yeah.
Like, at that point, just cut out the Usagi pin, just be Samurai Rabbit Chronicles.
Samurai Rabbit Chronicles.
Like, that's what's bugging me. You're just saying, oh, the Samurai Rabbit, the Rabbit Chronicles. It's like, what's the point?
That's right, because
Usagi means rabbit.
Yeah, that's... God damn it. Oh, that's amazing.
It's like all the Sailor Moon stands are like just laughing because they know too. And of course they know.
Of course they know. But yeah, that's yeah, that's right. But I don't know, maybe it'll be decent. You know, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like.
Oh yeah, I have no frame of reference. I just want to voice my one gripe about the name.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, there's not much for me to say. It kind of looks like a slightly better version of like the Kung Fu Panda show.
Oh yeah. Oh god, I do remember that.
Which, to be fair, I think the Kung Fu Panda show was actually pretty lit. They had some stuff in there. It wasn't perfect, and animation-wise, yeah, no, it doesn't compare to the movie. And some of the characters were kind of weird because they're definitely low quality. But whatever, it's fine. It was still pretty alright. Aside from that, that comes out on Netflix on April 28th. But I don't know if anyone might be watching Netflix by that time.
Yeah, I was about to say.
We're about to go into that here in a bit, but one more.
Yeah. One more story.
Okay, this is gonna be a little confusing. It kind of reminds me. It kind of requires me to like explain some stuff. So there's a new trailer for this movie coming out. It's Paws of Fury: The Legend of Hank. But this is actually, well, originally this movie was called Blazing Samurai, and this movie has a really weird long like history to it. Where originally this is gonna come out years ago, and it's like it's just like a weird kids movie with like, you know, animals as samurai and all that, you know, like
yeah,
like it's gonna be like it was I'm trying to think of something that very similar, like what was that one Hanna-Barbera character who was like the dog that did kung fu? I don't remember.
Hong Kong Phooey.
Hong Kong Phooey. It's kind of like that, but the comedy was going to be very inspired by Mel Blanc's, you know, specifically with Blazing Saddles, given the name was, you know, Blazing Samurai, which I find weird that you want to make a kids movie based off that movie since it's about, you know, it's just
yeah,
yeah, but whatever. That sounds weird.
I mean, they decided to make this for somehow some
It'd be like if
reason.
someone was like, we need to make a kids show for Jackass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like I don't want that. But yeah, and then they had the name change because I think of legal reasons.
Probably, which would make sense.
Yeah, so they completely gone with the name change, and not only that, it's actually coming out. This movie was kind of up in the air for a bit, and no one knew it was gonna come out soon enough. But like, yeah, it did. It's gonna come out on July 15th. If you want more of an in-depth in-depth history about the whole Blazing Samurai thing, I can recommend Rebel Taxi's video on it. I'll put it in the link to the description below. But like, there's a lot of weird stuff with it. Like, there was like this website that did like freelance animation, but also did this weird contest where they gave you like a couple $100 for like animating and modeling for like a DC MMO game, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's really weird, but now it's coming out, so whatever.
Yeah, which is it's interesting because there's a lot. I mean, as with common animated movie fashion, there are a lot of big name actors attached to this.
Yeah, of course.
Like we have Mel Brooks,
of course,
Samuel Jackson,
yeah.
Michael Cera.
Yep.
Ricky Gervais again. He just doesn't leave.
Ah, damn it! We gotta start a Ricky Gervais counter.
They get the Ricky Gervais counter going.
That's three.
George Takei, Fluffy. Everybody knows him.
Everybody knows him.
and several others that aren't ringing a bell to me, but I'm sure are familiar to people. Those are just the ones that caught my eye.
Yeah, no, this movie's got a lot of big names to it, and it was kind of in like limbo for a couple of years, and now it's coming out, and people were like, oh shit, okay, cool. So yeah, that's pretty much all for the new releases and trailers. I don't think there was anything more, but I'm not checked. The news I have up like on our thing in Discord is like a little bit old, but a lot of the major stuff that's been happening in the news and animation community lately has been the whole Netflix thing. So there wasn't much to add here. So
Yeah.
There's also only little other stuff like shows are coming back, like Crick the Creek is the new season streaming on HBO, all that stuff. One more thing, I'm pretty sure there's one more. I know it. No, okay, no. Although, fun fact, Ben 10 Ultimate Alien came out 12 years ago, which I don't like. I don't like that actually. Oh man, Generator Rex came out 12 years ago. Oh my god, no.
Insert irrelevant Red Letter Media screenshot.
Yeah, the rich like slowly dying in a faded image of him also.
Yeah, or Michael's the other one, ain't it?
Mike. Yeah.
Mike, shit. Yeah. Or like just the one of Mike just staring and looking dead.
Yeah. that's like the definitive one. Yeah. I feel like there was one other thing that just came out, but I don't know. I'm trying to look for it, but
no.
But I guess I was just thinking of something else. Whatever. But yeah, let's get right into the news, and we have quite a lot of it. First, a couple weeks ago, we gotta start with the whole Netflix stuff. Like, there's no other way to like get around it. So a couple weeks ago, everyone was talking about Blue Sky, and everyone was sad that Blue Sky got bought up by Disney, and some of the Blue Sky animators made one last final short of Scrat from Ice Age finally getting his acorn, and he actually eats it. And that was kind of like Blue Sky's way of like saying goodbye, even though that they were kind of like Blue Sky's a really weird story because like a lot of their stuff was really mediocre. Like most of the Ice Age sequels are not good, and some of the movies are all right, but like never pushed to be like really good or anything.
You definitely have that deterioration in quality.
Like, it's just they were kind of like fine for a large time, but fine for a large time. They were just kind of fine for a long time, and like everyone still liked them. It's just they weren't up on the same par as the other animation studios like Disney or Pixar. They just kind of were around. They made an original movie, and then they made an Ice Age sequel afterwards. That was like the loop for them for a while.
That was the pattern.
And it sucks because like people thought that they were slowly actually getting better because some of the recent stuff was pretty good, but then they got bought up by Disney, and that unfortunately didn't happen. But the big one everyone was talking about that was coming out soon from Blue Sky was this movie called Nomura, based off of a webcomic, if I remember correctly. I forget the creator's name though, fortunately.
Maybe.
And this webcomic was pretty popular. It apparently had some like people. It apparently had some like LGBT themes, and people were excited because the adaptation, Blue Sky's adaptation, was very faithful, as they said. So, and they started development, and unfortunately, because of the buy-up, they couldn't release it because the studio's gone.
Yeah.
But then, luckily, like after all the news talking about how Nomura was like really close to be finishing the done in production, it got picked up by Netflix, and everyone was like, "Oh shit, Netflix brought Nomura back, and it's coming out next year." Hey, that's great, perfect, that's awesome.
Perfect.
But then, literally a whole week later, right before we were going to actually record an episode last week, but we didn't because, again, we're changing it to weekly. Fucking Netflix decided to not only recently in the news they've been talking about like trying to like crack down on people people sharing their passwords with other people so they can use their Netflix accounts, which is dumb. And now they lost a whole bunch of subscribers, like a huge chunk of them now. And also because of that, they are now canceling a lot of animated projects. Well, a lot of projects in general, but especially a lot of animated projects. Like,
Yeah.
apparently people just found out that Bone was gonna get an adaptation from Netflix, and it was going to be fucking hype. And unfortunately, it didn't happen. And then also people found out that Bone has been trying to get that adaptation from multiple studios for decades, but no one's ever accepted for some reason.
Yeah.
Aside from what Pixel mentioned earlier with the Telltale thing, I didn't know that existed. But I haven't checked Bone out since I was like a child, so I don't know as much as he does.
Yeah.
People found out about that. People found out that some of the shows on Netflix are kind of like they kind of stopped some of them, like Centaur World. There's another one they canceled. I forget which one.
I haven't been keeping up with the Netflix stuff. Has been evading me.
I was, but I don't remember the exact ones anymore. But yeah, they not only did they cancel a lot of that stuff, but they also renewed Big Mouth for a 7th season, and its side show Human Resources for another season too. But that's kind of expected because the whole 2-season bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, there was another thing in the new releases and trailers. Netflix is also making a new Sonic animated series, which is also up in the air, kind of, because, of all this happening.
Netflix.
Yeah. And
but yeah.
There's also been a lot of people talking about how, like, a lot of animators talked about how they've had difficulty working with Netflix because sometimes they'll just stonewall them. I think that's what the creator of Centaur World said. They just refuse to answer him.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it's unfortunate, and everyone in the animation community is rightfully very miffed.
That's it. Because
it's just non-stop memes everywhere here of just people dunking on Netflix because of their very poor decisions as of late. Like, to be fair, like, they are fucking up, in not just with the animation community, but in general, because, like, everyone's calling bullshit the whole password thing, all that.
Yeah. And also, they're planning on adding ads to the platform, nobody is happy because the fact that the prices have been going up because some people are paying $20 a month, give or take, for this thing that releases somewhat par content and then has like 50 bajillion other shows on there.
Yeah.
And like no, and if I include like the people who do really good shit on the somewhat par content umbrella, I'm sorry, but at the same time, it's also like when you think Netflix originals, if it isn't like, because like some of the better stuff I've seen is more of the animated shows, and then like the like where there's actual people, like actual physical actors, the live action stuff where I'm just like, why the fuck am I watching this? This is so blah.
Netflix got a pretty decent amount of the live action shows. It's just their animation stuff kind of varies. It kind of has been varying throughout the years. Sometimes we get a lot of really amazing stuff, and then sometimes we'll get stuff like Boss Baby, the TV show.
Yeah. Or wasn't that Chicago Wine Ant also on Netflix?
I think so. I don't remember, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
I don't remember either.
It's just it's unfortunate that Netflix has kind of fucked over its a bunch of animation studios or
a bunch of animation and its consumers too.
And its consumers, like they just it's the war in Netflix. That's we already know what the name of the episode's gonna be, so
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Netflix is majorly fucked up. Everyone's upset with reason, and yeah, fuck them. I'm still gonna use it, unfortunately, to watch shows, but fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the unfortunate. Unless Netflix actually dies, that would be really nuts because they're like the biggest. But
I pirated once, I'll pirate again.
That's fair. I'm just saying that would be nuts because like I've known Netflix back in the day where they had DVDs. Ugh.
Oh, dude, I think it wasn't until recent.
They had like a PS2 like service they could do when they just give you discs for your PS2 or something. Like
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember I didn't get my my own mom to switch off the DVD plan until recently.
Damn, really?
Like within the past few years, like I think it was when my like It was definitely before I graduated. I graduated high school, but it was still a long while. Like we
Damn,
used
yeah.
DVDs, the DVD service forever.
Yeah. Oh man, like I never had to try to like get my mom into that. She was like, no, the DVD stuff is stupid, and she thought streaming was overall dumb for a while. And then she was like, no. Now she uses it all the time. It's fine.
Hmm.
That just
Well,
happens.
I mean, it's such a weird. I mean, because I live in the situation where my mom is drastically older than
Yeah, true.
than your mom and probably Pixel's mom too.
For sure. Yeah.
So it's interesting, like talking like in her viewpoint, just because I mean, she's at the point where she's several people my age is grandma,
Yeah.
which is a weird thought, but
sorry, I don't know why, but you talking about that also reminded me how like my mom for years she used to tell me how she never really wanted a TV in her room for like the longest time because she thought that that'd be like the worst place for a TV because you don't want to be stuck in your room the entire day. You want to go out to your living room and stuff. And then like a couple years later, she got like a TV in her room. She didn't like it, and then she kind of
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm just talking about random stuff at this point. But yeah, no, Netflix, it sucks. It sucks that they've been treating everyone like dog shit. So,
Yeah.
but on the bright side, the only bright side I can give is, hey, now they're feeling the repercussions. And also, another major sad news is, Spider-Verse got pushed back by another year. It was originally coming out this year, but now it's coming out next year.
Yeah, Spider-Verse Part 1, Spider-Verse 2 Part 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is extremely sad. I'm so upset.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know if that had anything to do with Netflix. That was just also in the news, I think.
Yeah,
it just made me
happens.
really upset because I really love me some Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Spider-Verse was really good. So.
Was there? Wait, didn't we also go see something in theaters?
Yeah, we saw Sonic 2.
Yes. That was also part of our week. We also saw Sonic 2. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I knew it was bugging me. Jeez. But yeah, we also saw Sonic 2, which was it was pretty good. I like it.
It's ballin'.
I mean, I kind of feel the same about it like Sonic 1 where I'm like this is fine. This is what I think is like this is I think the optimal way Hollywood could have made a fucking Sonic the Hedgehog movie for kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it's definitely one of those things. If you liked the first movie, it's more of the first, which isn't a bad thing in this case. It's really good.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it was pretty good. I like Knuckles.
Knuckles.
Knuckles, ready the fuckles.
Dude, oh man, it's still at that point where I don't want to talk about scenes, but at the same time, there's this one scene that was really hilarious. It's one of those things. I think maybe an episode next month.
I would say probably next week. I would say next week's episode's probably fine. That gives enough people time to see it. It'll be like 2 weeks by that point.
True.
Yeah. So like.
But yeah.
Fine. Either that, or it's either that, or we'll also add a spoilers tag when we do talk about it. So
yeah, we'll be like, click to whatever,
yeah,
and unless Toble opens his big fat mouth again, then yeah, we just edit out the entire episode next week and just be like, Toble just couldn't shut up. We had to cut his audio.
But yeah, we'll probably talk about more about that next week. But yeah, Netflix sucks. Spider-Verse got pushed
back to next year.
People jokingly talking about that it was because Morbius did so well in theater.
Oh, it's just stunning. It's one of those things like you'll hear about some people saying like, oh yeah, the theater was packed, and then the next thing is they didn't even turn the lights off.
Yeah, shout out to Glenn Walker. He's another dude in the animation community along with Martha Views. But he made a tweet like I think it was yesterday or earlier today where he's like, yeah, joining up with the Morbius sweepstake, glad to be here, and he's in a movie theater that is completely empty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I fucking laughed at that. But yeah, all that happened. Now we gotta talk about some drama, I guess, within the community. So the give the story short. Basically, Mr. Enter. Everyone knows Mr. Enter. If not, he is a he's a cartoon animation reviewer over on the YouTubes. And he's kind of like, the best way to describe him, he's like the Doug Walker or nostalgia critic for the animation community. That's basically what he is. But
Okay.
he recently made a review on Turning Red. His overall thoughts of the movie was he thought it was pretty mediocre, so whatevs. But there's one part in the review where he criticizes the movie for, I believe, I forget, what year does Turning Red take place in?
I believe 2003.
Yeah, and he made this part in the video where he talks about how the movie fails at presenting the time period correctly because of 9/11, and that kind of blew up everywhere on social media of why would you criticize the movie for not, caring about 9/11 for this kid's movie that's basically about puberty.
Yeah, and it's also I mean, mind you, it's relatively close to home, but it's also in Canada.
Yeah, it's also in Canada. Yeah, wait a minute, it's also in Canada. I didn't even. I don't know.
Like
Canadians
like
feel about
I know 9/11 was pretty on the news. Like it was one of those things. It was definitely big in the world scene, but also it's one of those things. Is in such a different I mean, Canada is very close to us. I mean, it's America's hat for a reason. No offense to Canada.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it would hit Canada different, and in a small. Well, I mean, not as I don't exactly know what city was portrayed, but it was. But it's definitely one of those things in such a more condensed kind of setting. If I don't feel like it would have as much of a a topic or kind of impact, especially in the group of characters we had seen, which was especially in a group of children just talking and vibing and talking about boy bands and stuff.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, the movie never why would the movie even talk about a subject like that? It's that's not that's not an important. It's a weird thing to criticize the movie for, and because of this, it kind of it kind of flew off the rails onto social media, and everyone saw a clip of him talking about it, and everyone's like, "That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That is hilarious," and it is.
Yeah.
To be fair, it has been a little bit since I've even heard anyone talk about Mr. Enter. Last time I heard, he was making some show or streaming platform. Oh wait, no, he was doing some Kickstarter. Yeah, but I don't think that went well. So
yeah,
but whatevs. I don't really have much to say. I haven't watched the review, nor do I really care that much. I just like when people have really weird ass opinions that make no sense according to fucking reviewing a film. It'd be like if I hated Blade because they didn't represent whatever the movie takes place in enough, even though it has no importance to the plot.
Yeah.
The only time I would say that that's an issue is if it just was distracting, I guess, in the background. You're like, wait, it's supposed to be in the dark city. Why are we out in the countryside? But whatever, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, next up in the news, it's funny having the old news from last week, because then we have this one saying the Sony Animation's upcoming film, K-pop Demon Hunters, which is exactly what you think. It's K-pop girls Demon Hunters, which I'm excited for. That sounds hype.
That does sound weirdly hype. It's one of those things where I'm just like, oh my gosh.
But they're talking about how the movie might reportedly move to Netflix, which I don't know. They're still thinking about doing that, but it might not be the best time, unless it's one of those hopefully we can move the project over because we can't do anything else over here. But I don't know. Netflix might not be the best place at the moment.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where it's like, man, all these animation things talk about Netflix, and we're like, oof, I don't know, guys.
I don't know. Yeah, but but I feel bad because like if it was last week, I would have been excited, but now it's a little awkward.
It's like yikes, guys. I hope it goes well.
Yeah,
Just like we're like the concerned parent with just like watching our kid play, like absolutely eat it on like a soccer field or something, and we have to like hold our thumbs up, being like, "Oh yeah, you're doing good, sport."
You're doing good, sweetie. You go for it. Yeah, but yeah. Um, Next up, this isn't really news, but I was gonna mention this last week, but whatever. It's just a funny little thing. But a year ago, as everyone remember, we got that official first look at the live-action Powerpuff Girls pilot for CW, and now no one's talked about it in literal months.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I think this is the first. I think I saw a random tweet on Twitter talking about, oh yeah, remember how we got this thing? I'm sure it's basically fucking canceled.
Oh,
like,
man.
oh my god.
I hope so. No offense to the people working on that. I understand, you do your job, or maybe you're actually passionate for it, but it just seems like a really bad idea.
I'm sorry to whoever decided to sit in their corporate suit office and think this was a good idea. I love creative projects. I'm sorry, this looked like it was going to be dog shit. I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know. This is one of those. If somebody from that show is deciding to watch this, God forbid, like I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But it would have been memes, and that would be the only thing keeping it as popular, because it would have been shat on.
Yeah, the only hope we could have really had is the show maybe went to like Riverdale levels of fucking insane. Like,
yeah.
Like I haven't seen any of that new season, but Eye Patch Wolf, he keeps tweeting about the current, like he's currently watching through it, and he keeps giving up like updates of what's currently happening, and it's just like multiverse, vampires, just random ass shit. And I just like, man, I really need to watch Riverdale. That sounds fucking buck ass crazy.
Vampires, Ajax the soap.
Ajax the soap.
Ajax
they probably would do that. I don't know. Nice, but other than that, yeah.
It's like they decided to get together and just like put some chemicals in some like comet powder and see what happened.
Put the brain chemicals on it. Yeah, the brain chemicals. But yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, last piece of news, at least we have here. I'm probably gonna look for a little bit more news though, because this is old news and last week's stuff. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier, Blue Sky released their final short, and that's Scrat finally gets his acorn. It's all sweet and stuff. Everyone was like, "Oh man, Blue Sky's dead," and watched its corpse die.
Yeah. Isn't there like a thinking of Scrat, thinking of everybody's lovable prehistoric squirrel thing?
Yeah.
Aren't they doing like a little like series of him with like a little baby Scrat?
I think that was another short. Maybe it was this short. I don't know. I know I know what you're talking about. But I just don't know what it is.
I'm gonna look at this real quick and see if it rings a bell in my brain.
Yeah.
Oh man, this does not ring a bell in my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I saw like a thing with like a really round little bean Scrat thing, and he's basically taking care of it like he's his dad. But obviously, he's still got the Scrat character flaw of see nut, gotta get the nut. Give me yeah, I think it's like Scrat Tales or something.
Something on the likes.
Yeah, it is. Disney Plus 3 weeks ago. 6 new all animated shorts, as it be. Release date is April 13th, so that's a little bit old. But oh god, it is so small, Jesus.
Yeah. I actually do got a little bit more news here. Thanks to Cartoon Crave. I usually use them for most of my news, but there's gonna be a new film adaptation of George Orwell's Animal Farm. Andy Serkis is gonna direct it. It's also in work with Studio Annie Venture and Imaginatorium. I've never heard of them, but those are some pretty cool names.
Dude, I mean, if I've learned anything from my academic bowl days, if you put torium in front of something like a location or anything, it's immediately cooler. Like cafeteria, the cafetorium. I love it. Librarium, the libratorium. I don't think that was actually a place in a building I went to.
The
but
rooms, the vomitorium.
Yeah. the bathrooms, the shitatorium. The dumpatorium.
Why did they call it the restroom? It's like fighting for my fucking life in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dumpatorium.
But damn, what was I? Yeah, Andy Serkis is gonna be doing it. He was the director for Venom 2. I know of him. You know, I've definitely seen many movies where he's worked on, but like it's all blank to me at the moment. Oh, he's Gollum. Yeah. He's the voice of Gollum in the Lord of the Rings movies. Yo.
Oh wow.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
It was half-ad. What the fuck is even that? Okay, yeah, whatever. I'm trying to. Yeah, but yeah, it's gonna be an Animal Farm adaptation. I don't know. Have you read the original Animal Farm?
I have not, but I do know it is an allegory for dictatorship, basically.
Basically, it's about how it's kind of bad.
Yeah, it is pretty bad because if I remember, the allegory pretty much goes is like, all right, that all the original animals are being dictatorshipperized by the farmer until the pig or whatever was like, ayo, fuck that shit. We're gonna take that over, and then they take it over, and then they start raising a new dictatorship, and then the new animals are like, man, this is right, I guess. This is all I know.
Yeah. Oh, man,
yeah.
I did read it, but it was a really long time ago. It was kind of in this weird period where I was like, I need to find some weird fucked up books that I shouldn't be reading. Sorry, not watching. But I still wanna.
Oh, dude.
Like I found out like Lord of the Flies, and I was like, yeah, that was not cash.
Yeah. When it comes to like classic books, I remember reading Steinbeck's. I think it was Of Mice and Men, but I think that was in like a required reading thing that I did in English class. It was actually a pretty good book. It was definitely like one of those things. Like I think I would have appreciated more if I sunk my teeth into it on my own time.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I think my English teacher, like I think my senior year, like low-key was like, hey, everybody did like a summer, like a thing for reading over the summer or something, or like over this specific time period. And I think only like me and 3 other people actually read books. I remember one of them I read, because I had my own copy of it.
Yeah.
I remember I ended up reading I remember I read Great Gatsby, which that was really good. Yeah. It was very interesting. Mm-hmm. And then I remember I read A Tale of Two Cities.
Yeah.
Which was very weird, but at the same time it was fun.
I just read that, but I think I don't remember. I think I may have read something. It might have been. I started some other series because I was actually gonna read that for something, but I don't know. I think I switched it out with some fucking fantasy novel. I don't even know. I read a lot of books in that time period. It kind of mix and matches here and there. And that was before. That was before even I got into like manga, and then it only became worse. Right now, books and manga. Oh man, too much. But we actually got another news docket right here, and Amazon Studios are talking about purchasing the rights to an upcoming Voltron live-action film.
Okay.
Which
I don't know how to take that.
I don't know how to take that either.
Why can't we just get I know it'll probably break the formula. Why can't we just get a Power Ranger-esque work of it? Like, I will take
if
it.
like
Will probably. It's one of the things. It probably won't be good, but there'll be more explosions, and you know what? That's all I can think of.
Yeah, that's fair. You know, I would actually really like if like the studio for Avatar did like a Power Ranger series. That'd be rad. Like imagine, like anyway. I don't know if we got any more other news except for actually no, we do. Surprisingly, we're getting new Aqua Teen Hunger Force shorts on the official Adult Swim YouTube. They just released one. Actually,
That's weird.
they just released one a couple of days ago, and it's they're gonna be releasing one every weekday for the next 2 weeks.
Huh? Weird.
Yeah, and of course the first one they uploaded was Return of Ham Banana, which is one of my favorite episodes in the series.
Oh God, yeah.
Because how fucked up it is. But yeah,
it is very.
I think they're called Aqua Dork, assuming from the thumbnail I've seen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think it's funny as I'm looking for news. This is probably the last thing I mentioned because we made some pretty good time, and that's all the news we have for today. But that I literally see this old article for that just says Netflix has picked up a series called Exploding Kittens, and I'm like, yeah, you can sum up their situation like that.
Exploding Kittens. If I remember, that's a card game.
Oh, is it?
I believe so. Give me one sec. Because I remember seeing a party game, and I was like, "Oh, let's
Yeah.
Exploding Kittens."
That
The
does
official,
sound...
yeah, it is a card game, a party game.
Oh damn. Okay, yeah, because right when like the more you said it, I'm like, yeah, that does sound familiar. Exploding Kittens sounds like something.
Yeah, like I remember seeing that in the store. I'm like, "Oh yes, kitten," because that's my mindset.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty much all we have to. That's pretty much all we have to record today. We talked about a good amount of news. Talked about all the Netflix stuff. Unfortunately, it sucks that Pixel had to leave early on, but it is what it is.
Oh yeah, for sure. Non sequitur related to the Exploding Kittens. I'm just on the website, and one of the things it says one of the card contains a goat for people who are in the goats in parentheses.
That's great. I like that. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's episode. Again, like I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, we are changing the show to weekly now, so expect. Not only is it weekly, but the episodes are going to be released on Monday as usual, but at midnight because I feel bad that our show is the Midnight Toons, but we don't release at midnight. I didn't even really think about it before. I just wanted a cool sounding name, and
and then that bought you in the ass because we're like, man.
It's fine. But
naming conventions.
It is what it is. Since I figured why not? Since as Pixel's basically said himself, he's going through his training arc. We're overall better at podcasting, and I'm working on more stuff lately. So it works out.
And I'm just waiting for Xenoblade 3 to come out. Yay, July 29th! Woo!
But anyway, thank you for listening to today's episode. If you like the intro and outro, they're of course done by Too Mellow. Go check out his work; he's fucking amazing. Go do that. If you want to check out updates for the podcast or whenever the new episode's coming out, you can follow me at the PK Speed on Twitter. If you want to follow these Chucklefucks around for some reason, their links are also down below too.
Expect to see a whole bunch of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 characters getting art that specific week.
Yeah. Do you think that Xenoblade 3 is gonna have like Amelia?
Oh, I mean, it's gonna have Amelia, bro. It's got freaking Melia.
Oh, it does? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, like Nintendo of America did a little fuck up, and in the subtitles they left the queen of one of the countries. They said it was Melia,
Oh
and
my God.
I mean, everybody already knew, Like, literally, it's one of those things, like, it's so gosh darn obvious. Like, if it isn't, it will, you know, the entire community will collectively eat their hat.
Yeah, I guess
But
that makes sense since they made Future connected, and she's, like, basically the main character in that, isn't she?
Pretty much. I've been meaning to play Future Connected, so I don't know all the details of it. Hey, that's in my gaming schedule. As soon as I can figure out what the frick I'm doing.
I just assume that it probably was meant to connect with this, and also maybe
it's I think it's one of those things. It's like trying to tie everything into a neat bow and preparing it for whatever the fuck is happening in 3.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm hyped for that. Again, if you enjoyed this episode, you know, give it a like, share with your friends, you know, all that. If you didn't like this episode, I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't do any of that if you didn't like this episode.
You know,
or do it anyway. Maybe torture your friends.
Pity us, maybe? Or torture your friends. That's a good thought, too. But anyway, we hope you enjoyed this episode of the podcast, and we'll see you guys in the next episode next week. See you later.
Woo! Peace.